Now, I'm not going to say the Rendezvous is the best barbecue in Memphis. It is by
It's
far.
not.
But it's a Memphis classic. It is a Memphis classic, and they've been doing it that way, and respect goes out to them. It's a different take on barbecue ribs. It's a dry rib. They're cooked over charcoal. They don't take the membrane off. They're not the most tender fall off the bone rib you've ever seen. They have a Greek seasoning on them. It's like a Greek barbecue seasoning. It is like, has some paprika in it, so it has some color to it. And then they mop them with this like vinegary mopping sauce.
I do like the mop.
Everything's served in a like plastic basket with a piece of wax paper. They mop that real good and dust it again with their signature seasoning, and usually serve it up with some of their mustard slaw. And sometimes you get a little roll. I mean, it's classic.
Welcome to Malcom Reed's How to Barbecue Right, a podcast where we talk about barbecue, share recipes, and discuss all things delicious. And now, here's your host, Malcom and Rochelle Reed.
Hey, welcome back to the How to Barbecue Right podcast. I'm your host, Malcom Reed, joined by my lovely, talented wife, Miss Southern Shell. Tyler's out today, but we got Jacob with us over on the board. What's happening?
You think we're going to make Jacob talk today?
Yeah. Say what's up, Jake.
And y'all are killing my anonymity.
Yeah. Who's Jacob?
Well, it's been a crazy couple days.
Hey, we had a good time. Last weekend, we did an Ambassador event. Then me and you had to make a quick run down to the coast. Man, we went to a good restaurant. Yeah. We'll talk about that today. And then we're right back here at it and fixing to run right back out of here again to go to Arkansas. And we got a little event Saturday. It's at the Raps Baron Brewery.
Yes. In Mountain Home, Arkansas. It's a big event that they do called Ark-tober Fest. Ark-tober Fest. So it's kind of a beer tasting.
Is it? I really don't know.
Beer-centric event.
I've been to the brewery a couple times, and it's a cool spot. In Mountain Home, it's almost like a little town square, but there's all these little restaurants and things around it. It's kind of like a community activity place where they go and they do different stuff, I imagine, throughout the year, but they're going to block the whole thing off this weekend and have a beer fest. It is Ark-tober.
Ark-tober. And we're doing something kind of cool that we've never done before, because we've done, a lot of like where you pass out barbecue. We've done sandwiches. We've done, I don't know. Sliders. Yeah. We've done, I
don't know.
Sausage and cheese, crackers. We've done all kinds of stuff. But and we've done tacos before, but they were like chicken tacos and
it's more of a Mexican themed taco. Yeah.
We're doing barbecue, like Southern barbecue on a taco shell.
Yeah. I think it's going to be great.
I do too.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's going to have a little slaw, but it's not going to be like a traditional slaw. It's going to be more like a vinegar slaw.
Yeah.
To cut the rendered fatty goodness of the pulled pork.
So we're gonna have pulled pork, slaw,
tortilla,
and then you can put whatever barbecue sauce you want on it.
Yeah, so it's like a barbecue sandwich on a taco.
Yeah, which I think is a great idea.
Yeah, and it makes a great little walking thing. You can grab it. You can give them in a little boat. Folks can walk around, grab it, try some stuff. We'll have some pickles set out, stuff like that, and talk barbecue.
What time are we going to be there?
I think we're going to be there more mid-afternoon.
Like 2?
Yeah, because at times change. At first, I was like, I want to be there at 11, and I want to go 11 to like 2, and then I want to go watch football because all the good games come on at 2:30. I can go to the brewery. But I think it changed. So, I mean, I know we'll be there in the afternoon. It'll probably be somewhere between 12 and 5. It ain't going to be from 12 to 5, but there'll be some hours in there. But the way I understand it, they're going to be setting up during the day because they got to block off the streets, and then they're having vendors come in. There's going to be stuff for the kids. A lot of cool stuff going on. And then I know the brewery, I think they have like a VIP thing for like the early entry. And I don't know how you get the VIP thing. I do not know. I've talked to the guy that owns the brewery on the phone, but that's as far as I've got. He just said we're doing this at first, and then it's going to be kind of open to the public. So I think there's a couple hours where it's only ticketed only, but I don't know. Contact Raps Brew and tell them you're VIP. You need a ticket.
They have a whole Facebook page, Ark-tober Fest, on Facebook. So
you can go check that out.
You can check it out and get all the details.
Come down. There's going to be plenty of other vended stuff to buy. You can get a little, if you want to sample the taco, we're going to have that for you. We don't want to cut into the vendors because they want to make some money. We're doing it for free. We're just donating. But they are raising money. This is their charity is raising money for backpacks for kids. And so it's like a local organization thing they do, and we got invited to come help them out. So we're glad to help. If y'all want to come talk barbecue, come on out.
How are you doing in our Pick'em League?
Not so great.
Let's get to picking.
Yeah, I think I might be in the 60s. I don't know.
Hold on. Let me
I can't man, I did good one week, and then this pro stuff is hard.
It is.
And the
It's
line
so many
and having
games.
to pick against the spread makes it real hard. And then everybody that I like starting to get hurt. There's been so many injuries, and then I don't know, man.
Well, the lines are so...
They're not going to be good this year. I've come to grips with that.
It's a roller coaster with you every week.
Well, we lost 2 linemen now. And now they can't protect our backup quarterback because our starting quarterback's hurt. Had a good backup in. Carson Wentz did a fine job, was throwing the ball around, and then 2 linemen go down, and then now we can't do nothing. But they're going to play again. Last weekend, they were playing in Dublin, Ireland, played Pittsburgh, and they let a man almost as old as me out there playing quarterback beat them. Who's the only one you know that's that old? Playing still.
Meat Sweats is number 1.
Yeah.
Still holding strong. Meat Sweats is number 1. Briskets in the Backfield. Love that name. They're number 2. And James Black, number 3. So, and let me tell you what I am.
It's a long season, though.
Oh, Roosters is number 6. That's our buddy.
Yeah. David. Shout out David. Yeah, that's my commissioner. He's the commissioner of my fantasy football league that I've been in forever.
I'm in 20th place.
Are you? Man, you're kicking my... So, don't even tell me where I am.
60th.
Yeah, 61st, I think, or something like that. I looked on the app. I was like... and then I made my picks, and I'm like, I have zero confidence in them.
Yeah.
You know?
I have no business being in 20th place.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
I can't win a bet to save my life either. Like, I bet on the Vikings last week. I mean, $20. Lost that.
Hey, somebody is doing pretty good for you.
Who's that? The number 4 team in the United States of America? In the whole NCAA? That's overrated. I love the Ole Miss. Don't get me wrong. But I do not think, man, that's just going to be a way to fall right there.
I don't know. They're looking pretty good.
I would say
they're looking pretty good. That quarterback.
I was like, after they beat LSU last week, and that was a great game, I was thinking that Ole Miss would go, 8, 9, 10. They were 13th. Ease up a little bit.
Yeah.
Not all the way to 4. Now they just got a big target on them. Still got to play Georgia. Still got to play South Carolina. Still got to play Oklahoma. So it's still got to play Florida. Still got to play
I think they
the
got Florida.
Bulldogs.
How
about Ole Miss goes undefeated all the way till they got to go to Starkville? And then you know how that game's going to be. They're going to be ringing those daggum bells. Man.
It's a possibility.
I could see it. I would take that. If you told me Ole Miss was going to be undefeated going to the Egg Bowl, I said, sign them up. We can lose that game. Still make the playoffs. Might make the SEC championship with 1 loss.
Mississippi State is due for an Egg Bowl win.
They were talking them up on unnecessary roughness.
Yes.
They were talking them up. I didn't realize State was as good as they were making.
I did not realize it either. They did look good against Tennessee. What I could watch of it, they looked pretty good. We'll find out how they do against A&M.
I hope they do good. I hope they win. Yeah, we're going to watch that game when we get through with our little event. I think it comes on at 6:30 Saturday night, so that's going to be a good one. Well, who are you predicting? I think the line is 14. Would you bet on Mississippi State plus 14 points?
I'm unlike
2 touchdowns.
Unlike you, I will not bet against my team.
You got to take sure money.
I will not do it. It's like a line I can't cross.
Well,
so you want to talk about our barbecue crawl?
Yeah, let's do that. So we had some of our ambassadors come in last weekend, and we first off Friday night we knew we were going to do barbecue all day Saturday. So I was like, what can we feed them that's kind of like a taste of the Mid-South on Friday night? And we got to thinking, kind of all of us come to agreement. Gus's fried chicken makes a fine dinner.
It really does.
If you've never had world famous Gus's fried chicken.
And it's kind of stretched out of the Memphis area now. Like it's got locations in Texas and Alabama.
They franchised it.
Yeah. But for a while there, you could only get it in Memphis, and there's only a few spots, and it is the best fried chicken.
I think the family that actually started it still owns the original location, but maybe they sold the rest of them to this group that has it now. And that's why you see it spreading. But man, the chicken hasn't changed.
It is spicy.
The only thing, oh no, it's not spicy.
It is spicy.
I mean, it's
in a good way. I love it.
Yeah, in a good way, not in a too spicy way.
I mean, it's
they only have it one way. You can't order it mild or anything. It's just that's the way they do chicken. I love that too. If you're gonna do something, just this is how it should be. If you don't like it, you can go see the Colonel.
Yeah.
You can go to churches. You can go to Bojangles or wherever.
But we got mac and cheese, turnip greens, and slaw to go with it. And their mac and cheese.
And white bread.
Yeah, you got to get white bread. Their mac and cheese and their turnip greens.
It's good, man.
So good.
You know what I did? I took some of our sweet fire pickles and then drizzled that juice over them greens. Oh, it's so good.
So it's
took a place of pepper sauce.
Yeah. But it was sweet and spicy.
So a little sweet, a little spicy, but it goes good with greens. Greens can use just a touch of sugar.
They can.
So it works.
That is a really good idea. Instead of using the vinegar, like most people use pepper sauce, using a sweet and spicy vinegar.
Yep. That's good. It's really good.
We should have gotten Gibson's donuts too. That would have been a really good tip. I didn't either.
Yeah, because that's a Memphis traditional donut shop. We did get City Hall cheesecake. They have these mini cupcakes, and I'm telling you, it's the perfect. No, it's a mini cupcake cheesecake.
Yeah.
So little individual cheesecakes. The City Hall cheesecake does. They have 2 locations. One's here in Hernando. One's up at Silo Square, and it's the perfect way to try cheesecake. Because you get one flavor, but they make it's like Baskin Robbins. There's 35 flavors or how many ever it is.
And they're all good.
They're all good. So you want to try multiple. And so, well, it's not, if you get a big square, big slice of cheesecake, that's much. But you can eat 3 or 4 of them little individuals and try different.
One slice is too much, but 3 cupcakes.
Yeah.
Good to go.
And then we had our buddy, first off, I want to say thanks to Craig Verhagen, the barbecue ninja. He came in from representing Royal Oak and just kind of gave a spiel on, how a bigger corporation handles ambassadors and things like that. And, you see these sponsored teams and all the stuff they do for them. And a lot of people don't know how that works. Mm-hmm. So it's good if you can sit down with somebody that's in charge of something like that and kind of get that explanation of what you can do to position yourself to be sponsored by somebody.
Yeah, what's expected.
Yeah, what's expected. Yeah.
What are they looking for?
What makes you, as a barbecue competitor or an influencer or anything like that, what makes you attractive to a bigger company where they want to, give you some products or donations or whatever. But Craig came, and then we did a comedy show with our buddy Dave Williamson from Meet Dave. And Dave, man, he's a funny dude, man.
He's very funny.
He's good. He's into barbecue, but he travels all over the United States he's a professional comedian. Now he's a restaurateur bar owner out in California. And what is it, El Segundo? What was the name of his? It's the Patio, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Something it's called the Patio in El Segundo. But if y'all are out there, go check Dave's place out. I got to get out there. It's not too far from LAX. That's what he said. I think it's
5 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah. So if you're out there, meet Dave up. But, there's a rumor he may be on the podcast next week. I could see his face. But,
So on our barbecue crawl, we started off with the classic icon rendezvous.
When you think of Memphis, do you think of Rendezvous Barbecue? Like a barbecue restaurant in Memphis? That's usually the first one that pops to head.
Well, I think when people are thinking about I'm coming to Memphis to eat barbecue, one of their ones they want to hit is Rendezvous.
Yep. I believe it. And you should. You should go downtown. It's down there where the river is.
It's down an alley.
The Peabody is right there.
Yeah.
World famous Peabody Hotel, where you can see the duck swimming. And then there's this little alley right across the front door of the Peabody. And it goes to Charlie Virgo's Rendezvous. And it's been there since 1948 or whatever it says on the sign. And you go, what I like about the Rendezvous is, and I like sitting down low in it. I like having to go down the steps and the ladies there at the little podium and they tell you which way to go. And then you get the waiters that's been there for years doing it. And so now I'm not going to say the Rendezvous is the best barbecue in Memphis. It is by far.
It's not.
But it's a Memphis classic. It is a Memphis classic. And they've been doing it that way. And respect goes out to them. It's a different take on barbecue ribs. It's a dry rib. They're cooked over charcoal. They don't take the membrane off. They're not the most tender fall off the bone rib you've ever seen. They have a Greek seasoning on them. It's like a Greek barbecue seasoning. It is has some paprika in it, so it has some color to it. But it's more Greek influenced. And then they mop them with this vinegary mopping sauce.
I do like the mop.
And that's how during the cooking process they do that. And then when they put them out in your little basket, everything's served in a plastic basket with a piece of wax paper. They mop that real good and dust it again with their signature seasoning, and usually serve it up with some of their mustard slaw. And sometimes you get a little roll. I mean, it's classic. But the best thing they have, well, other than the cold beer, and it used to be all they had. Like when I first started going to Rendezvous, it was probably back in college, or my dad took me, my brother, years and years ago. But it was probably in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. We would go with friends. We got old enough to go out to eat, without our folks.
Gosh, you're old.
I know. But I remember going and getting those Rendezvous ribs and having, Big Robert wait on us, and Little Robert was there. He was like doing, he was just a runner back then, and now he's the old man there, and I think his dad's long gone. But it was just, you remember these iconic waiters, Mr. Red, and there were just all these iconic waiters that have been there forever. That's cool to see. But we always got draft Michelob.
That was
not
it.
Michelob Light, not Michelob Ultra.
There was no choice.
There's no choice.
It was, do you want beer or not?
They set you down. They gave you a sausage and cheese. And so it's not like Dick's Last Resort where they're like rude to you on purpose.
Trying to be.
But they're hustling, man. They're working. There's a lot of people in there. So the waiters have kind of an attitude. Once you get to know it and can go with them, it's a lot of fun. And I don't know if it's still like that or not. That was how I remember it from back.
That's how I remember it. That was kind of the charm of it. Like, I remember the first time I went there, somebody was like, you better know what you want to order and you better be ready to go.
Yeah.
Because they ain't going to mess around.
Right. But a lot of times they'll tell you, you want the half rack, full rack?
Yeah.
You want sausage and cheese? All right, I got beer coming. Here we go. And it's bam, bam, bam. But it's good. And they hit us like that. I mean, we told them, because we had a large group, we told them we were coming and what we wanted. We wanted to do sausage and cheese plates. And then we wanted to do like a third of rack of ribs, because we had several more stops to make. And we wanted to try the mustard slaw. I kind of wanted people to get the feel for some of the things that I appreciate Rendezvous for. And of course, we got pictures of beer. But now you can get any local beer in Memphis, and you could get anything. They don't even have the Michelob anymore. I do miss that. Michelob original Michelob was a good beer back in the day.
Yeah, it was.
Used to come in those amber bottles,
flavorful,
like a bowling pin shaped bottle.
That's what I'll say about it. It was flavorful.
It was like, I don't know, it was better than Bud Light, or it wasn't as stout as Budweiser. It was more like an inexpensive Budweiser.
Yeah,
still
yeah.
Bush, Good beer.
Every now and then I'll have a Budweiser, like somebody, and I'm like, oh crap, I'll take a Budweiser, you know?
Usually has to be winter.
Yeah. And I'll drink it and I'm like,
summer.
This is a good beer.
It's a king of beer.
Then we went to the barbecue shop, which is one of my favorites in the area.
Yes.
It's not my favorite,
Now,
but it's one of them.
If I'm taking somebody to a barbecue joint, that's where I'm taking them. Like, you want to come eat old school Memphis barbecue, let's go to the barbecue shop. It's a cool place. It's on Madison Avenue, not too far from downtown. I still kind of call that downtown.
Yeah.
It's not really
It's
midtown.
close.
It's not really downtown.
Yeah.
It's kind of in between town. But it's an old building. It's cool. The best barbecue spaghetti in Memphis. And I love their pulled pork sandwich on Texas toast, not on a bun, with slaw. And then with their sauce on the side, so I can put as much as I want on it.
To me, that was the best we got all day.
Yeah.
Was this barbecue sandwich there. It was really,
good.
really good. And it's more sliced than pulled.
Did you think did their sauce remind you of that blue plate concentrate we tried last episode?
You told me that.
Because when I tasted, I said, you know what they've done? They've taken that concentrate, they've reconstituted it, and then they've added some of their seasoning, because it had that same not straight ketchup-y, not straight mustard saucy flavor. It's kind of an in-between orangish color. I was like, this has got to be. Because that makes sense for a restaurant that's doing a lot of volume. That's probably, I don't know if do they sell their own sauce?
Yeah, they have the dancing pig.
Oh, well, maybe, I think they ripped off Blue.
They might serve one and bottle another.
It's really good. They had a hot sauce too, but I wasn't real crazy about it. It's not my favorite, like, hot barbecue sauce.
But would you say that pork was more sliced?
No.
Than pulled? It was, okay.
Mine was all pulled.
It was just layered really good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mine was pulled.
And then the barbecue spaghetti. And
spaghetti's really good.
And then we asked everybody, like, what y'all think about the barbecue spaghetti? And some people were like, it was pretty good. And some people were like,
it's a hit or miss for people. I mean, that's another Memphis thing, man. If you ain't from here, you just don't get it.
You know how, like,
you don't get it. You don't get why that's a side of it. You know why that's a side in Memphis, barbecue spaghetti? Because there was a barbecue joint that wanted to be different. Everybody was serving beans and slaw. Beans and slaw. That's what you got when you got barbecue in Memphis back in the day. Well, I don't know if it was the barbecue shop. We'd have to look it up. It might have been the barbecue shop.
It is the barbecue shop.
It was
They,
the
or
first
at least
one
they claim it. Yeah.
started that as a side. It's not meant to be an entree. You're not going to an Italian restaurant where you're ordering spaghetti and they're, putting meat on it for a full-on platter. And I guess you could order an entree serving of it. Why not? But normally you want it comes in a little saucer or whatever, and it's greasy and it's saucy and it's just spaghetti noodles, and they put a little bit of their pulled pork on it, and it's a good side dish.
To me, it's like, that Chinese restaurant that's like a hole in the wall. They only do takeout and their food is like greasy, but it's really good.
Yeah.
It's like that. To me,
Dragon Concord.
Yeah.
Mr. Chin's, my favorites.
Yeah.
Those are some of my local favorites.
You know how that is? To me,
Yeah.
that's the equivalent of a barbecue spaghetti. It's a little greasy. It's a little.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's a little weird, I guess.
I wish they could come up with another name for it than barbecue spaghetti. I mean, because it puts a thought of people thinking spaghetti, red sauce, meat sauce, your mama's spaghetti. That's what people think when they hear it. That's not what this is. It's the noodle is just a vessel for the barbecue sauce and grease and little meat. That's all it is. It's a vessel.
And then we went
good.
to Central Barbecue.
Yeah, we finished we didn't finish it. Well, we finished off the tour bus part.
Yeah.
At Central Barbecue. And when I go to Central, I think of two things. The wings
The wings
dry
are my
rub,
favorite.
and then the nachos.
And they have good ribs too, but
Yeah, they do.
we should have gotten ribs at two places.
You think so?
I don't
I couldn't eat anymore. I couldn't eat anymore. It was we were so full. By the time you eat sausage and cheese plate, appetizer, drink a beer. 3 or 4 bones of ribs, drink another beer. Get on a bus, drink another beer. Go to the barbecue shop, get your spaghetti first. That's why they served it. And then it's a whole. This ain't like a quarter of a
Yeah, it wasn't a little
sandwich.
slider. It was a big old
You got
sandwich.
the full jumbo pulled pork sandwich on Texas toast with slaw. And I think the slaw, they served the slaw on the side because we didn't know if everybody liked slaw, but I told everybody that the way I would eat it would be dump it on. And you eat that sandwich and then drink another beer, of course. So you're 4 beers in right there. Yeah, that's 4. Back on the bus. Now, I think we did a shot then. It was like fire.
Y'all might have had it. Yeah.
We had fireball shots and we had the moonshine banana pudding shots. And so then you go Central and they've got the wings and they've got the nachos.
We got something else there.
The barbecue bologna.
Barbecue bologna.
Barbecue bologna. And it was okay. Central isn't the best barbecue bologna, but they do have the best wings and their nachos are really, really good.
And then there you picked up a dessert together.
And
you
then
got a
you had
banana
dessert.
pudding or peanut butter pie.
Peanut butter pie or banana pudding. Some people probably got both because everybody didn't get a dessert. And then we got another beer. So you're 6 beers in, a dessert or 2, wings, bologna, nachos, a full barbecue sandwich, barbecue spaghetti, 3rd rack of rib, and sausage and cheese. That's a lot of grocery, Shell. That's a lot of grocery.
I do wish we would have tried to fit in a cozy corner.
One more stop.
Yeah.
You'd have to work a nap in there some kind of way. Because after that, so that took, I think we met about 10 a.m. that morning. Got to the first place a little after 10:15, 10:30, something like that. Right when they were first opening. The rendezvous was just then opening. And then we left, we were back, dropped off at the hotel around 4-ish. But we had college football on. So then we went to the Lucky Dog, which is over in Silo Square, and rounded out the night. And I don't know what time we left there. It was late.
It was like 7:38.
Yeah.
It wasn't too late.
No,
It just felt like
it felt
was
like
late.
to me
Yeah.
it was a full day.
So let me ask you this.
We didn't eat there. We just had more beverages.
Watch football.
We watched Ole Miss
Yeah.
on a clinic.
Would you start using Texas toast for barbecue sandwiches like the barbecue shop does?
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
No.
I really liked it.
Do you? There's nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna let the barbecue shop do that. I still like a bun. I still like
Yeah.
a bun for a barbecue sandwich. It is good on it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's pretty good on it.
So
What was your favorite thing of the day?
it's been a minute since I've had that barbecue spaghetti, and I really enjoyed it.
That was it?
Yeah.
Mine's a toss-up between the wings or the pulled pork sandwich. They're so good. And the day before, I took Dave and Craig to Bain's barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude. That's one you need to add to a crawl when you come. It's not Memphis barbecue, but it's Texas barbecue in Memphis. Fantastic.
I forgot.
I would go right now. When we get out of this podcast, if you wanted to go, I'd say let's go eat lunch there.
Everybody told you to try their sausage, and they were sold out of their sausage. So we got to go back to try the sausage.
I did try their ribs, and you talk about Texas-style salt and peppers, spare rib, big bone spare ribs, so tender. And if you looked at them, they wanted to fall off the bone, and then when you bit it, it came right off the bone. I mean, and the head's that nice. You know how Texas salt and pepper gets that little crust almost, so it's kind of got a crunch, and then you bite it, and then it's just the ribs rendered perfectly. And so that was the best thing I had. Now the brisket, fire. He said, "Do you want flat or do you want point?" I said, "I want some lean, I want some fatty. So give me a pound of each." And they were both good, really good, typical, Texas style salt pepper brisket. Let's see the turkey. They did Texas turkey.
I did have a bite of the turkey, and it was delicious.
It was the best that I've had in Memphis. And you don't see turkey on there. It was as good as any I've had in Texas, too. It had to be. It was just like the turkey breast that Kevin sells from the butcher shop. Oh, and if y'all are wanting to get those turkey breasts, I did get an email. They're in, and he can ship them now. And if you want to get them in time and not make sure you got them for Thanksgiving, go ahead and order them, stick them in the freezer because they come froze. But anyway, the turkey was good there. The Texas Twinkies were good. That's a jalapeno popper with cream cheese, a piece of brisket, and wrapped in bacon. That was awesome. Beans, okay. I wouldn't. He had rib tip baked beans. If I had to pick a weak link at Bain's, it was that. But let's see what else.
But meat was solid.
The macaroni cheese was fire. It was like I like a runny macaroni cheese.
Yeah, you did.
Real creamy sauce, runny. It wasn't like casserole style. It was good. And then they had white bread too. But he's got sauces on the table. His mustard sauce, fire. The spicy one, I'm not crazy about, but the regular and the mustard were really, really good. Y'all go check them out. That's on Cooper, I think.
We're gonna have to go back because I want to try it.
It's good.
We did do a real quick trip. Went to Venice, Louisiana. Hit up New Orleans one night. The one thing I do want to talk about is we went to Pesh. The restaurant in New Orleans. We'd gone years ago, big group, kind of disappointed, and we'd never gone back, even though it's on everybody's like top 10 list or whatever. So this time we gave it another shot. Excellent. Really good. But they had a salted peanut pie.
Was that your favorite thing we had there?
I mean, we had, everything was really good. Yeah. It's just, I want to make that salted peanut pie.
It was good. It was really good.
They're kind of, I didn't realize this, but I looked it up. They're kind of known for that. We just kind of randomly picked it. But like, that's one of their popular desserts.
I was told, so we went down to this fishing spot down in Venice, and one of the boat captains said, if y'all go, we told him we were going back to the city and going to Pesh, and he's like, oh, you got to get the whole fish. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, he said, just trust me. Tell them you want the whole fish. Well, you go, and it's like, okay, they have daily specials. It's always a whole fish, and it's for the table. So they do this whole fish, but it's not like your entree. It's for the table. And so today it happened to be redfish, and it was like a 32-inch redfish or something.
Yeah, it was
comes
hanging
out
off
on
the plate.
This platter, whole. My goodness, it was good.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
And you just kind of like picked it off.
Yeah, you just rake it off.
Yeah.
And get what you want of it. And there was 3 of us, and I know we didn't eat it all. But with that and the app we got this it was like a $55 seafood tasting. And it had like shrimp, oysters, had like a ceviche, tuna ceviche, had a smoked tuna dip. And it had this one thing. I'm not sure what they call it, but it was like a fish and shrimp in almost like a muffaletta olive salad. It was kind of oil based, but it had some vinegar to it, but it had those kind of vegetables in it. It had a whole lot of Spanish olives
and little pieces of like carrot. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it was, that one had so much flavor. It was very Mediterranean tasting. That particular one was, and it was really good. It's fresh.
Yeah, you'd never had anything like that. You really enjoyed that.
No,
one.
but you had, and then we did stop at we kind of, when we got back to New Orleans, me and Shell just did a walkabout, and first place we hit, I don't even remember, was it Lucy's? It was like a chain place, but they had the avocado, And I wanted you, and you had never tried deep fried avocado because I tried it a few weeks back, and man, it was really good. They served it with like a chipotle sauce and a little black bean salsa and some greens.
I think fried avocado you could use it so much. I think I think he said they use it on their veggie tacos.
Mm-hmm.
I love that idea. You can, because the fried avocado by itself needs a little something else, like it's really good, but it needs a little sauce. Or I can imagine adding like a slaw to it and a sauce and some pickled jalapenos or something like that to it. And that fried avocado, you wouldn't even miss meat, I would say.
Yeah. Mm-mm. No.
I think there's so much you could do with that fried avocado. So many different ways.
Oh, I think it'd be good on, yeah. It's a good contrast between crunchy and soft. And so, like, we tried these little shrimp tacos the bartender told us about, and we had some of that left over. And so you kind of cut it and put it on the shrimp taco. Yeah. Oh, man, it was awesome. It was awesome because it added a little crunch element to that taco. Something not to do in New Orleans. If you see a shot or a drink called the buckshot, do not try it. It is basically, I had no idea. I just saw the sign, like home of the famous buckshot. Try one.
You've got to quit doing stuff like that.
Yeah. So here's what they did. Jacob, you might appreciate this. You're young. I ordered us both one, and I know Shell don't do shots, but when in New Orleans, she might sip on one. The guy says, okay. He just looked at me. I was like, well,
he did. And I'm like, let's cancel this.
So it was, and I looked, it said it's Red Bull, it's 151, and some secret ingredients. I was like, okay, that don't sound too bad. He brings out 2 big cans of Red Bull that he's keyholed and poured 151 in it, and I don't know what else. And then you shotgun a can of Red Bull. And so I'm like, all right, Shell, here we go. And I knew you wasn't going to do it. So I pounded mine right there at the bar, just sucked it down. And then you tried, and I was like, oh, God. So I said, here, give it to me. You're going to spill it. So I grabbed yours, and you didn't even pop it. So I popped it. I did a double barrel buckshot. I didn't sleep for 36 hours. Swear to God, don't ever do that.
You woke me up at 3 a.m.
I was just sitting on the side of the bed.
Yeah, I'm like, what's wrong? I can't sleep.
Do not do that.
Heart's racing.
It is, especially if you're 50 years old, don't do it. That's a young man's thing. The buckshot. I don't even remember what place it was. We stumbled in and got that.
Do not order any random weird stuff. At least clarify what's going to happen.
Ask and see if I'm going to have to shotgun it before.
Or just stay away from Red Bull.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good rule. I needed to pick me up, but I didn't need it to go.
Yeah. You need a little.
New Orleans was the first city that I ever tried Red Bull in. Like when it came to America, we were down there, and I forget where I saw it. It was like I don't know. It was way before Facebook or any social media or anything like that. But we popped in that little Walgreens and bought half pints of like Smirnoff and was drinking it with Red Bull that they had. It's back when Red Bull had all these street vendors and they were trying to push it out and they were giving it out. It was those days, and man, I was probably 21, 22.
Yeah, when it first came out, it sat on the shelves. Nobody wanted it.
Yeah.
And
then they figured they could mix it with Jaeger. Things went downhill fast. Then the energy sports drink phenom started.
So have you seen this thing? I've seen it on the community a lot. You take a slab of ribs, you wrap a pineapple, a peeled pineapple around it and smoke it. Have you been seeing that? Swine apple?
That's been a thing for a minute. I don't know how it would be. I think you're messing up a pineapple and a slab of ribs. Cook them separate, they're going to be way better. I guess it looks cool.
Yeah. And I guess it's something to try, but the ribs, all the ones I see, the ribs just don't look that great after.
They don't really get good color on them. I don't like that idea at all.
You used to do something where you would score a pineapple and coat it with brown sugar.
Baste it with Fireball.
Oh, yeah. You would soak it in Fireball. That's what you did.
And then put it on there and cook it. And then sprinkle brown sugar over the outside so it caramelizes. You could even torch it too. I tell you, the one I really like is to do a jerk pork, but then take a pineapple and cut it in half and then hollow it out and serve and make a pineapple salsa with that and then mix it with the jerk pork, stuff it back in the pineapple. And that one's excellent. That one's really good.
And something else I've been seeing a lot is a Thor's hammer.
Yeah, that got popular here a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I've got a couple in the freezer that I've never cooked.
What exactly is it?
It's like the shank. shank bone,
Okay.
beef.
Explain that a little.
I mean,
Where's it coming from? The shank?
Yeah, the shank.
So
the leg.
The back leg?
Yeah, it could be, I guess it could be either one, just above. It's probably like right above the knee.
Okay.
Right before you get up to the top end of the good meat right there. I don't know how to explain exactly where that is. I mean, it's the shank of an animal. Think of a pig shank or,
So it's a beef shank.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it has a lot of meat on it. Pretty good sized bone. Usually they carve it to where it looks like a handle. They French it a little bit, so there's some bone sticking out, and then you get all this meat. And if you hold it up, I guess it kind of would look like a big Viking hammer, basically.
Yeah, I know what it looks like, and I've heard people talk about it, and then I started thinking about, I was like, what exactly?
I mean, it's all for show. I don't think it's like, I mean, if you want to cook something really good, just do some oxtails or some short ribs.
Those are pretty good.
Real good.
What were you talking about when we were in New Orleans? Because when we're going around trying restaurants and stuff, Malcolm's constantly going, you know what's a good idea? And I just type it in my phone.
Yeah, it was doing oxtail meat pies.
Oxtail meat pies.
Yes, that's what it was. Because my take on a Jamaica patty with braised oxtails, and then use that meat inside the ham pie, basically.
So it'd be less Jamaican-y and more Southern-y? Or are you keeping the Jamaica flavors?
Okay. The Jamaican vibe. So you'd have a little curry in the ham pie batter, and it just have make a little calypso sauce to go on it or dip it in. That would be so good. There's no way it could be bad. I love you could do it with short ribs or you could do it with oxtails, but in Jamaica they do a lot of oxtails. There's actually a restaurant in Memphis that's doing oxtails. I forget what it's called. I saw Big Tay Eats reviewed it, or I saw the video. I don't know when he did it, but I saw it last night.
Did he say it was good?
He said it's the best oxtails he's had at a restaurant. I need to go back and look at his and see.
See what restaurant it is. I'd go try that. So there's been something I've been craving lately. And I was going to ask you what cut I should use for this. I want some pulled beef sandwiches with onion roll, pickled red onions, horseradish mayo. But I want, that pulled, juicy, fall apart beef.
Chuck roast.
Chuck roast?
That's what I would do. It would be almost like they make a debris po' boy.
Yes.
You would cook it like that. That's what you're talking about. But doing it on an onion roll.
With that horseradish
mayo.
And
And
you pickled red onions.
You could season it up like Italian beef or however you wanted to.
What would you season it with to do it that way?
I mean, I would probably just keep it simple, like salt and pepper and garlic, just something real easy. Brown it and then braise it down to where it's going to fall. Like, you smoke it.
That's what I would do.
Smoke it, get a good bark on the outside.
Do you smoke it till it's tender at that point, or just wait till you get crust?
Just the color. You're just trying to get some color on it because the magic's going to happen when it breaks down. And then put it in a pan, put your beef stock in there, whatever you want to put. You need some braising liquid in there, cover it up with foil, and then leave it on that smoker for 4 or 5 hours until it's just falling apart, and then shred it up and mix it. And I even like to put some onions in there, some whole garlic cloves in there, just to give it some flavor. You could put some, herb bundle in there. Any way that you would braise a pot roast, you could do it. But that's what I would do.
And then pull it and serve it up.
I think a Mississippi pot roast without the ranch packet.
Yeah.
Because you can still put the peppers in there if you wanted to, the pepperoncinis. The How to BBQ Right podcast is brought to you by our friends at Primo Grills. Shell, did you know that Primo is the only ceramic grill made right here in the good old USA?
What? Are you telling me that Primo Grills are proudly crafted here in the USA, ensuring top-notch quality and support for local craftsmanship?
I sure am. Plus, Primo Grill not only delivers mouth-watering flavor, but because of their innovative oval design and superior ceramic construction, Primo Grills also gives you a ton of cooking versatility.
Whether you're smoking low and slow or searing a steak to perfection, Primo Grills gives you the consistent heat distribution for mouth-watering results every time.
What she said, y'all. Y'all visit primogrill.com and check them out.
Anything you've been craving here lately?
No, I pretty much, some more tuna. Because you couldn't have got it any fresher. I mean, unless you'd have ate it on the boat. When we went to that marina down there, we went over to where some of the charters were coming back, and that's where we talked to the boat captains, and they were coming in, but they caught, this one boat had caught 8 yellowfins that day, and he gave us a piece of loin, and we took it back that evening, and the guy that was with us, he said, well, I'm going to make a little tuna pokey with it, and then I'm just going to sear some. And, oh, man.
That was the best.
Fresh out of the water like that. We ate it within that thing was swimming 2 or 3 hours before we ate it. It was blow you away. Simple. Like, he don't even know how much. I don't even think there was much seasoning on the seared tuna. He did it in cast iron inside, just on the stovetop. And then then we just ate it raw in the pokey.
That was delicious.
I ate it with tortilla chips, and it had like some.
That was the best raw tuna
It had
I've
a little
ever had.
spice to it. He used those sweet tricolored peppers. Man, it was really, really good. That's what I'm craving. That was, but you can't we can't just go get tuna like that. There's nowhere landlocked. Maybe you could order some and have it overnighted to you, but to be able to eat it fresh like that is totally different. I don't care. I've ordered tuna in a restaurant. Their tuna steaks are not as good as what you can get right out down there on the coast. I didn't realize you could go catch tuna that close. It's 6-7 hours from us. You can jump on a charter, and it's only 30 miles out. You're catching, yellowfin tuna.
Big ones?
Yeah, monsters. That's in my future, tuna fishing.
I'll just sit on the dock and
wait till we bring it back.
Wait till you bring it back.
So we can tag team. You can try to catch redfish on the dock for us. So we can do the whole redfish.
With my Snoopy
I want to do one of those. I want to cook a fish like that, like Pesh did. I'm gonna have to ask Jacob next time I talk to him. Leslie's son. He's doing his internship there. He's in school down at Nickel State in Thibodaux.
I did see I don't think I wrote it down or got their name, but somebody did smoke a trout and made a smoked trout dip. They just smoked it on their pellet grill, and it looked so good. And I'm thinking, when you go trout fishing,
I know where to catch trout.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
So I asked them for their recipe. Like, how did you do it? Because it looked like they knew what they were doing.
Did they give you the dip recipe and everything?
No, I just asked them this morning. But
I would love to try that.
Yes, me too.
I've never smoked trout. I've only done it like trout in foil. I've done like trout on the grill stuffed with onions and stuff, and you just kind of flip it until the skin gets right. It's good. It's good. It wasn't as good as that redfish, but it's good. But man, I would love to try it smoked, like a smoked trout dip.
So I got some questions for you.
Let's hit them. It's from the Let's Get to Cooking community on Facebook.
Yes, it is. Pedro, first drum smoker, just got it. Wants to see what all the hype's about. Any tips for your first drum smoker? Because it is a little challenging. It's not a pellet, You
don't have to light a big a fire as you think. Usually just a tumbleweed or two, or like don't light a whole chimney and throw it in that drum. It's going to run away from you. Put your coals in there, and then just light a little area over it that's over by your intake. And you could just use a wax. You could use. I like to use the Royal Oak tumbleweeds, but you could use those wax cubes or whatever. But you just need to get a small area going and then let it burn and come up. Typically, a drum wants to run about 275. That's where all the ones I have, that's just like their sweet spot. That's, 1/4-inch opening on both stacks, and then usually the top's about half open. But that's where they want to settle in. You have to fight a drum to get it to go lower than that. Now, you can put a heat diverter in there, and that kind of slows it down some. But I like to just put my coals in the basket. Sometimes I will cover part of the basket in aluminum foil. That way it kind of gives me a safe zone in case that fire gets away, and I could put my ribs and spin them to where, or whatever I'm cooking, I can kind of spin that rack and leave it over the hot side.
I haven't seen you do that in years.
I do it when I'm cooking a lot of ribs and you're having to rotate and stuff like that, or when you're hanging them. But most of the time I don't, because I just kind of control the fire. But a big tip is don't leave the lid off. And you just remember, like when you're cooking with a drum and you take the lid off, it's letting all this fresh oxygen down in that fire, and it's wanting to come up. That wants to stoke that fire. And so the longer you leave it off, the bigger your fire is going to get. So have a plan when you're wrapping, or when you're checking your temperatures, or when you're basting, or anything like that, glazing. Know that the longer that lid's up, that the fire's going to get away from you. So you just want to be quick and know what you're doing, and make sure, don't walk away, that lid's cracked. Because even if it's propped up a little, it's letting more in than you want air in than you want in there, and it's going to get away from you. So
what do you do if it does get away from you?
Close it down.
Both intake and...
Yeah, I do. You can check it back. It's just hard on a drum. Just know that it's a challenge. I wouldn't close it all the way off because you're going to kill it. You got to leave some air coming in, but you got to check it way back to get it back down. And that can cause, bad smoke that's going to give you a bad flavor having to do that. So just be wary of the air intake that you use on them. They're fantastic. They don't use a lot of fuel. You're not going to burn a ton of charcoal on it. But and what I do like is like if you like using lump charcoal, you can get multiple cooks out of a basket of lump in a drum. Now, briquette doesn't do as well because it absorbs moisture as it sits there. So, I mean, I use both. I use briquette or lump in mine. I don't use a lot of wood. You'll see me when I'm cooking with a drum, I may put 2 or 3 small chunks of wood scattered around. And the reason why I scatter them is because I know those coals are going to kind of snake around. They're going to burn different areas, so it gives you some smoke. But there's times often if I'm using lump, I don't even put any wood on it at all because it's going to give you a really good smoke barbecue flavor without. The drum, I've said this many a times, drum is the best flavor of barbecue that I think that you can do because you've got meat juices dripping right down on those coals and there's just no duplication for it. It gives you the truest old school pitmaster flavor where you know people were cooking hogs, they were shoveling coals on them, all that meat juice was dripping, they were flipping that hog. That's the flavor you get from a drum. It's fantastic.
I will say, when you've taught me how to cook on drums, it's really good to let that drum level out, get it fired up, make sure you're holding it 275 before you put anything on it.
That's a great tip. Yeah.
So you
get it stabilized. Give yourself 30, 40 minutes to get it going before you get ready to cook. Make sure you got it dialed in.
Because otherwise,
They can get away. They can get away quick. You can be cooking at 375 before you know it. Flames can be kissing the underside of your stuff.
okay. Got another question for you. I think this is a great question. I'd like to see your answer. Jaden said, I've seen tons of people using maple syrup and wraps and injections for pork.
Tons. That's
Yeah.
like the thing. I don't know where that came from, why everybody started thinking you had to
You
be
did
Buddy
it
the
last
Elf.
week.
I did it. Just try it. If you use a good maple syrup, it doesn't have that fake mapley flavor, but I don't know. I mean, it's a competition thing, man. They're trying to get sweeter and sweeter and sweeter and richer and richer and richer, and that's what it does. If you're eating it at home, I probably wouldn't do it. I mean, I didn't think I gained anything from, but I poured a little bit in a wrap. I didn't.
Yeah.
I used, maybe a tablespoon. I didn't even go. I didn't get much at all because I know you.
I
don't
couldn't
like it at all.
tell.
Yeah, you couldn't even tell it was in there. I just didn't have enough honey, and I needed something to sweeten them up a little bit. So.
That's why you went with maple.
Yeah, that's all I had.
I thought you were just experimenting.
No, I was just all I had. But I mean, that's why it's a competition thing, and some people started winning with it, and now everybody does it. And they're shooting up ribs, and they're shooting up pork butts. I don't know if they're doing it in brisket yet or not, but it's probably coming.
What, the maple?
Yeah, I mean, if they're doing it on everything, people will do it on anything. Maple chicken.
You should come up with that recipe.
Maple chicken.
So Gino, he said he'd been wanting to try Wagyu, and he asked the community, and a bunch of people gave him suggestions. Went to the butcher shop, and he said, first of all, this shout out to the butcher shop. He said everybody was super helpful. They had time to talk him through, and he thought everything was reasonably priced. So
it is. If you can now, if you don't have to pay shipping, it ain't like Kevin's charging extra for shipping. That's what shipping costs.
yeah, it's just
if you can go there, you can find some deals on it. But you got to you got to get to Pensacola.
so.
And if you're going there, you might as well go to the seafood place there. So fatties.
But he ended up going with a Denver steak, a skirt steak, and a tri-tip.
Excellent choices.
I thought so too.
Excellent. Don't waste the money on filet, Wagyu filet or Wagyu ribeye, even Wagyu strip. Go with those lesser cuts. The Denver steak's awesome. The chuck eye steak, the flat iron, the tri-tip. I will spend the money on tri-tip now. I don't think tri-tip. It's not a lesser cut. It's a premium cut. But a Wagyu tri-tip is just. And it's just like a Wagyu picanha. Oh, man, that's the ultimate.
Well, he said the Denver and the tri-tip were phenomenal. And he said the skirt steak was really good, but he feels like he's the reason to blame for it not being phenomenal. Yeah,
he probably overcooked it because skirt steak doesn't take long to cook it. I love that Wagyu skirt steak, too. You can't mess it up. The only way you mess it up.
He said it was really good.
Yeah.
It just...
With that one, it comes in this big, pretty long piece, and it's kind of fatty, and you don't really know. So if you get to trimming on it, you'll trim most of the stuff away because it's Wagyu. So you don't really have to trim it, but you just need to get it in some manageable sizes. And I like about 6 to 8 inch piece because that's kind of easier to grill instead of trying to grill this whole long strip or skirt.
I agree. Tyler also said that he went down to the butcher shop.
Is that where he's at?
Wrong Tyler.
Wrong Tyler, not TikTok Tyler.
He got a Wagyu sirloin.
Yeah, I can see that. It's like a flat iron.
Yeah, he did it on his Rec Tech. And he said it could have easily passed for filet mignon. Just seasoned with salt, seared it.
Really?
Kept
That's
it
saying
rare.
a lot. Now, if it stayed that soft.
Have you ever tried a Wagyu sirloin? Probably have.
I don't know if I've had Wagyu sirloin. I mean, tri-tip's close to sirloin, but the flat iron, the flat iron comes out of the chuck area, but the texture of it's a lot like sirloin. So I don't think I've had just a straight sirloin steak Wagyu. I have had a filet, and it's awesome. It ain't worth the money, but it's awesome.
Kyle, he wanted to know if anybody has ever doctored up sliced brats. He didn't have time to do beer brats, so he just smoked them, just grilled them quickly.
What's a sliced brat like?
I guess he just grilled some brats like you do,
and then sliced them like sausage.
And then just sliced them like a sausage.
I've never done that.
I hadn't either.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'd be dry.
I don't know. I've never really done it with the. I'm trying to think. The closest thing I've cut up like that would be those sausages we got from that.
Like Aunt Dewey?
The place up in Michigan, the butcher shop in Michigan, where we got all those different fresh sausages. And when we ate them, we sliced them just so everybody could try them. But typically it's a fresh sausage. We leave those whole and we serve them with the bun or something, and then we take a smoked sausage, and that's the one that we slice up for sausage and cheese plate. So I don't know. That's it. I don't see why you couldn't.
That's Mitten Barbecue.
Mitten was the bar, and then there was the
meat
butcher shop
next door.
Great sausages.
Jared, so this is a good question. Jared, doing an overnight cook, pork butt, wakes up and realizes sometime in the night he got an error on his pellet grill. Something went wrong. Anyway, the cook stopped. He doesn't know when it stopped. So when you wake up and you have a Boston butt, you've been in this situation before. What do you have a rule of thumb about when this happens? Like, are you checking internals?
Yeah, I got to know what it is. Because
you don't know at what point it stopped and how long it's been sitting.
No, and it's probably been, if it's over 4 hours, I would toss it. I wouldn't trust it because you're in that danger zone too long. Well, one thing, did it ever get to 140? He doesn't even know if it ever got to 140. So it was in a danger zone by the time when it hit the pit. It was above 40 probably when he seasoned it. So your clock's ticking there. And really you got 4 hours to get it to 140. And most of the time in a cook, they do, you've already put salt on it, you put the sugars on it. So you're kind of stopping that outside bacteria from forming there. But the internal is what you're worried about. And when that core temperature is setting that danger zone too long, it could breed some kind of foodborne bacteria on the inside, and sometimes heating that stuff up doesn't kill it. I don't know. I'm not a I'm not a trained and
pathologist,
certified, microbiologist or person that could talk about that. Don't do your own research or ask a trained professional.
But what if it had quit? What if you got an error message like 30 minutes?
I need more information. What was that internal temperature when he got up?
Yeah.
I'm
asking what's your rule of thumb?
Throw it out if it's below 140. If I don't know how long it's been below 140.
Yeah. I feel like you wouldn't look at it and be like, it's cooked. You would have an idea.
I don't know. It depends on what the last time he looked like. If he put it on at 7 and never checked it and didn't go back out there till the next morning, that's a long window. Now, if he had looked at it at 11 and it was coasting along pretty good, your temp was up, and you go back out the next morning and it's like 1:30, I might run that, crank it back up and roll. But there's the right answer is throw it out and start over. That's the right answer. I know that ain't
that's your rule of thumb.
I know that ain't the answer you want.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you, don't worry about it, just run it. I ain't gonna say that.
So Ryan's planning to smoke a brisket. He's gonna start it Friday night. He wants to eat the flat for dinner on Saturday night, and then bring the point as burn-ins to a party on Sunday.
You can do that. You just have to reheat them.
How would you do that?
How'd you reheat them?
Yeah, what would you do? You would cook the whole brisket?
I'd cook that. I'd put that brisket on, and, have it done about 11, 12 a.m., hold it till I got ready to eat.
And keep it whole the whole time.
Yeah, keep it whole the whole time. Then when I get ready to serve it, I would slice that flat off, and then I would either go ahead and cube my point or just wrap it up and then refrigerate it, cube it the next morning, bring it back up with sauce, to kind of get it back reconstituted, set those burn ends real good. You can even take that piece of point, re-season it where you cut the flat off the next morning, put it back on the pit, warm it up, and then cube it, then toss it in sauce. And you could, and then
that's not a bad idea.
And then take it to your party the next day.
I do like the idea of like letting it rest, putting it in the fridge, then slicing it, because you're going to get better.
You'll get better cubes. Yeah. I mean, you could do that and then re-season those cubes, start them out on a rack.
Like pork belly burn ends.
Yeah, like pork belly burn ends. Let them get warmed up, let that rub set a little bit, and then move them over to a pan with a little melted butter, maybe some brown sugar, some sauce, get them tender. They're going to be tender. You're just trying to get them sauced up. And then
you're just trying to get them warm and saucy.
That's it. Just warm and saucy. That'd be really good.
And Jamie, he made a recommendation. Last week we had somebody ask about cooking ribs on a 14-inch grill.
Yeah.
So Jamie's done it. He said, I've done this on 22-inch grill, but this is how I get 4 or 5 ribs done on a 22-inch grill. He seasoned them, and then pull them end to end, making a circle and pin them together. Bone side out, sitting, the bones putting long ways up, 2s on fire, turn them every 15 minutes, maybe a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch turn in a circle. And then when it's time to wrap them still pinned like that. Pour your liquid in the middle and wrap till done.
Really?
That's a complicated process right there.
Yeah. It's a good way to make use of the grill space you have, though.
Yeah.
On a 14-inch grill, that's going to be hard.
He said they're not going to be showstoppers, but they'll eat.
They'll be edible.
Yeah.
I still think you could just run party ribs because you're going to cook them. You could think about, party ribs cook way faster than regular ribs. So if you can run on small batches, you can cook 2 or 3 small batches, and the time you could cook 2 whole full racks of ribs the right way. You think you just run an operation then. So just.
Party ribs are way better than expected.
Yeah, they're way better than expected. Good.
And Patrick, he thought it was funny that he's been rewatching Star Trek Enterprise, and the character Malcolm Reed doesn't like food.
Oh. He's a total opposite. It's probably some skinny jerker too.
I think so. Well, Malcolm, that's all I have for you today.
All right. Well, where did you get all these questions from, Shell?
I got them from the community, the Let's Get to Cooking community. And if you would like to join, you can do that by going to Facebook. I need Tyler.
It's a like-minded group of people that are asking questions and commenting and doing all kinds of stuff. And man, we'd love for you to come hang out there. We do giveaways there all the time. And we probably need to get one going.
Yeah, I was going to say it's about time for a new giveaway.
Giveaways, yeah. But anyway, y'all go to Facebook, check that out. But you can also find us.
If you'd like to connect with Malcom, it's HowToBBQRight on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and of course YouTube. If you'd like to connect with me, it's Miss Southern Shell on Instagram and TikTok.
All right. Hey, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us this week here at How to BBQ Right, the podcast. We'll be back next week to do it all again. Until then, y'all put some smoke in the air. Rebels are off, so we're going dogs this weekend. Go Dogs. We gone.